Let's start this with a prayer. Dear Father, I thank you for this day and this opportunity to be used as a vessel to let your people know that you are available, able, and ready in the name of Yeshua from Nazareth. Let's cut this bread. And just so you know, this is day 9 and 10. And remember, I had no rhyme or reason when I was putting these together. I just, wanted to do a 21 day scripture life incorporated read. Psalms 116 says, I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my supplications. Psalms 107, 8 and 9, let them thank the Lord for his faithful love and his wondrous works for all people, because God satisfied the one who was parched with thirst, and he filled up the hungry with good things. One 16, I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my supplications. That's one of the reasons. Now, I don't know if you know, but I'm about to put you on real quick. He hears you speaking, but he's not going to respond if you're not moving the way that he has called you to move. If you're not following his statutes and his commands, and he has only right to be like that. But I love the Lord so hard for that, because if I'm going through something, and I just want to let you know, I am going through something. It's like something is, attacking the circle. Something is trying to attack the inner man, and it needs to happen. It really needs to happen. I need to be attacked, because then it just shows how strong God is. And I love the fact that he hears me and he knows that I'm going through stuff. And I can real life be like, God, it's X, Y, and Z. How do you want me to move? And he'll be like, do, 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 do. And I'm put on. So it doesn't, whatever the enemy is trying to do, it'll never work. It'll never work. And God's love is so powerful that it covers a multitude of sins. So it's like, I got a foul mouth sometimes. And let me tell you, it doesn't always sound like a lady. It's more like a sailor. And it's real reckless, and it's real nothing, because I've had this wall up and I had to be like this. And I never really thought about calling on God for anything, because I was going through it. But that's the difference between being in the world and walking with him. Because you have this relationship, and he wants to be included in everything, absolutely everything. And it's great, because there's nothing that's too big and there's nothing that's too small. Psalms 107, 8 and 9 says, let them thank the Lord for his faithful love and his wondrous works for all people. This isn't like you have to know a certain amount of scripture, or you have to attend church, on a regular basis. This is, the ones that really rock with him and know who he is and how he really deserves all the glory, all the praise, because everything is his. Everything is his, and I'm okay with it. When I paid rent for a long time, listen, I had no problem paying the rent. It wasn't mine. I acted like the crib was mine because I was paying the rent, but the house is actually somebody else's. And the things that he's done, man. Listen, I used to be super callous, and if somebody hurt me, man, or mine, feel no type of way about you being hurt or anything bad happening to you. Wouldn't care. And now God is just got me in this spot where he's loved on me so hard. Now that I see when people move a certain type of way, it's just like, man. And that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing that, I don't have this hate in my heart like that. Ain't no such thing as a lick back no more. I don't need to lick back. God hit harder. And God can see you when I can't. He's everywhere. So why would I even try? Because God satisfied the one who was parched. I was thirsty, straight thirsty, and had no living water in me, nothing to sustain me. Wasn't eating the bread of life. So I wasn't even like satisfied with anything. He said, and he filled up the hungry with good things. Psalms 34:10 says, young lions lack food and go hungry, but those who seek the Lord will not lack any good thing. It's a good thing to have common sense. It's a good thing to have loyalty. It's a good thing to have patience. It's a good thing to have love. And you got to really understand that I came from a very concrete beginning. Like, I know people who lie about their life, and I've actually lived this life. And it's like, whatever. But to know that I didn't have to be a product of that life that I came from, and God had this whole other life for me. I just don't want, listen, I can't keep it to myself. I got to share it with somebody because this is so much more than just religion. And if you don't know, God hates religion. The ritual practices, oh, I'm this, but your heart is corrupt. Like, this is God. And He legit wants to have people be saved and not walk around and being tortured by demons. Like they don't have no power or authority when He's said, I give you power and authority and dominion over everything on the earth. And that includes like you and me. Like, we got to have dominion and power over ourselves to not be in a nothingness state anymore. And I can thank the Lord for being faithful, because every time I cheated on Him, He came and got me. Every time I lied to Him, He had a conversation with me and we corrected it. Every time I thought I knew better, man, gently. And it was like, tough sometimes because I did so much that He was like, fine, this is what you want to do. I'm not going to force you to do anything, Tanya. I'm not going to force you to change. You know who I am, and I'm not going to change, but I'm not going to tolerate you being like this. Man, if it wasn't for that faithful love, I'd be horrible. Never would have did a video. Wouldn't talk about anything. I would literally be like every other person who is broken and is trying to fill a void. Going nowhere and getting nothing. But this right here, His love and my love for Him. Dude, you ever been thirsty and your throat is like, it's dry inside. It's so dry. Like, you say one more word, it's going to crack. And then you take the water. Literally refreshes everything. Just think about that though. You have a dry mouth. You have a dry life. And once He comes with this living water, it's not ice mountain, but let me tell you, it comes from above the mountains, this living water that has rivers of life flowing from you. This is what He does. This is such a pivotal time because people really don't understand what's about to transpire. And it's going to get bad. And if you don't have your soul right with Him, and at least just in a spot where you're working on the development of a soul that is His, you're going to get devoured by whatever this world has to offer. So if I can encourage you to come out and know that you have a God who listens to you and He knows your voice. You have a God that has this faithful love for you, to not leave you in a broken and nothingness state, that He does wonderful, wondrous things for his people. You know. We were all thirsty and dry and no life to us. But he satisfied the one that was parched with thirst, and he filled up the hungry with good things. Feels better. Life feels better knowing that you can run to him about everything and anything. Holla at him.